Hey guys, welcome back to Retro Review, and today we're going to talk about Rise of the Midnight Suns Part 2 of 6, the first issue of the Spirits of Vengeance, Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze. This title was written by Howard Mackie with artwork by Adam Kubert, and you can tell when you look at the Kubert artwork, some of the line work, you can see his father's influence, especially when he does faces. Come on. See the scratchiness in the beard, the scratchiness in the face. You can see a lot of Joe Kubert and his son. But you get a mystical story. You get a story about Ghost Rider, Zarathos, who was once partnered with Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze gave his soul to Zarathos to save his father, who was a stuntman in the circus. And then his father ended up dying anyway in an accident. But this storyline was extremely strong at the time. It had some really dark undertones. And it tied in with Morbius, the Living Vampire, which I've talked about on the channel before. It tied into Ghost Rider. And here you get the rebirth of Lilith. And Lilith was out to find her children. And she felt that Johnny Blaze was going to be in the way, and so was Ghost Rider. So she has Pilgrim here, who can create temporal loops. And meanwhile, Johnny Blaze comes to find out that his family is in danger. So he and Ghost Rider rush back on their motorcycles to go make sure that his family was okay. Well, in the meantime, here comes the temporal loop that I was talking about. And you have Creed, who is one of Lilith's disciples. And she throws him, along with Pilgrim and Blackout and some of the others, towards Johnny's family. And so Johnny uses his Hellfire gun to protect him. And it's, like I said, it's got a lot of mystical tones. Eventually, you do see Doctor Strange come into the picture. But it was, along with Spirits of Venom, that came in Web of Spider-Man and then came in later issues, maybe 5 and 6 of this series. You got to see them not necessarily globe-trotting all over the Marvel Universe, but you got to see a lot of characters that you might not have gotten to meet otherwise. So, Blackout is a vampire, and he's about to chow down on Johnny Blaze's throat after knocking him out. Ghost Rider intercedes, and they do end up taking Craig, one of Johnny's children. And some of the people from the circus say, "We're going to go with you. We're going to go help you protect your family." And he says, "I'm not putting any more of my family at risk. I ride alone." And then Ghost Rider says, "I'll be there beside you." So this, even though it's the second part of a story, you can pick up this issue by itself, and it's very easy to understand. You've got Johnny Blaze and his familial ties. He doesn't want to work with the Ghost Rider, but they're an unlikely pair. They're the odd couple right now in the Marvel Universe. Artwork is top-notch. Howard Mackie is on point with this particular series. He wrote, I think, the first 69 issues of the actual Ghost Rider title from Marvel, from issue 1, which introduced us to Danny Ketch, all the way through issue 69 before moving on to, I think, Spider-Man. So you get very strong characterization in this title. You get all the action that you want. And like I said, part of the fun is that Johnny is always barbing with Ghost Rider because he doesn't want to be paired with this character. He doesn't want to be, he doesn't want Ghost Rider to help out. And he's like, "Look, Danny Ketch is dead. Blackout ripped his throat out. Why are you still holding on to hope that we can save him?" And Dan Ketch was my Ghost Rider. I didn't get the first issue, but I did start reading the title, I think, around issue 7 or 8. And so I didn't really know much about Johnny Blaze, even though Johnny had his own series, I think, for 81 issues, and then had gotten introduced in another title. So I think in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So if you want action, if you want adventure, if you've never read this title before, go back, and I believe Ghost Rider, trying to see, Ghost Rider 28 was part 1, Morbius will be part 3, Darkhold 4, Night Stalkers number 1 is part 5, and then we go back to Ghost Rider 31, which was part 6. So if you hadn't had a chance to read the Rise of the Midnight Suns, go check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. The artwork is always A grade and top notch. So go check it out, guys, and let me know what you think when you do.